Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, my name's Bree. Stay for a while. So today, as you can tell by the title, people usually do this in the middle of the year. I'm currently filming this on the 3rd of August. This is kind of like to correlate with that sort of like mid-year book tag that I did. So it's every single book that I want to read by the end of 2024. So the books that are sort of like on my immediate TBR and books that you expect for me to be reading over the next however many months is left of the year. I can't do the math right now. But I've got like 30 plus books here. It is achievable, in my opinion. And there's some books here that I'm really excited for. There are some really big series here. But there are also some books that aren't out yet, or I don't own because they're on my Kindle. So I think I'm going to go through the books that I don't own first, and the things that are on my Kindle. And then we'll go through the physical books, because there are so many here. So without further ado, let's just get in with the video. And I'm going to start off with the books that I don't own. The first one, which I'm the most excited for, it comes out later this month actually, and as soon as it comes out I'm going to be reading it as soon as it's in my hands, and that is Daydream by Hannah Grace. Now she is the author of Icebreaker and Wildfire, and Daydream is going to be the third book in this, and it's going to be Henry's book. I honestly cannot wait. I love this series so much. Like, it's just that guilty pleasure of a book. Like, nothing too deep happens in it, but these are just cute, fluffy, spicy romances, and they're just my guilty pleasures and I love them so much. Next is a series they have on my Kindle, and I do really want to buy the physical books, but I'm going to read them on my Kindle first because they're on Kindle Unlimited and the books are very expensive. I think they're still indie published. I don't think they've been traditionally published yet, so that's why they're so expensive. But it is the Witchwalker series by Carissa Weeks. I've wanted to read this for so long because I haven't read anything to do with witches, but I own so many books that has to do with like witches. I know that I'm gonna love them, but I've just never read a witchy kind of book. The first one is The Witch Collector, the second one is City of Ruin, the third one is The Wolf and the Witch, and there is a fourth one. Oh, the fourth one is called Kingdom of Forgotten, and it's not actually out yet. I think it comes out later this year. I really want to read those 4 books, but as I said, they are really expensive. For one book it's like £17, and I don't want to buy all of them without knowing if I'm gonna actually enjoy it, so they're on my Kindle ready to be read. Something to do with a witch collector and a witch and a mission to find her sister. They've got to save the empire. There's a love story. We love it. Sounds right up my street. Now lastly of the books that are on my Kindle is The Kindred's Curse Saga by Penn Cole. Now I seen Emmy from Emmy Reads here on YouTube, or What Emmy Reads over on TikTok. I seen her read it and she absolutely loved it, and we have the most like similar book taste ever. Like, our book taste is just the exact same, honestly. Anything she hates, I hate. Anything I love, she loves. She just raved about it. She didn't even like explain what it was about. She just raved about it, and I was like, you've influenced me. I want to read it, because if you're raving about it, I'm gonna rave about it. So the first one is Spark of the Everflame. The second one is Glow of the Everflame. Third is Heat of the Everflame, and there's also a fourth one out as well. Well, there's a fourth one coming out, which I don't know the name of, but I will find it for you right now. The fourth one's Burn of the Everflame, and that's going to be coming out later this year as well. The first 3 that are out so far I definitely want to be reading by the end of this year. So now on to the physical books, the really exciting bit. There's about 30 plus books in front of me, and I'm hoping to read all of these. One of them is a reread, and I'm really excited for. I'm going to be doing a reading vlog on it, but I'll speak more about that when I show you. But firstly is I want to read the sort of Leigh Bardugo's back catalogue, but these 4 are what I'm prioritising for the rest of 2024. So we have the Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. This is the, I think it's just called the Six of Crows duology. It's part of the Grishaverse. Now you have the Shadow and Bone trilogy, but I've already watched it on Netflix. I watched it sort of when it came out, and I don't want to go back and read the books, because I can read a book and then watch the film and then series, but I can't watch a series or film and then read the books, because I feel like I'm repeating myself. Whereas I can read the book and then watch it come to life on screen, but I can't do it in reverse. I really can't. So I've already watched the sort of Shadow and Bone trilogy on Netflix, and then I want to read Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom, because I've heard that this is even better. And then the other 2 by Leigh Bardugo is Hellbent and Ninth House. I don't know which one comes first. I think it's Hellbent and then Ninth House. No, it's Ninth House and then Hellbent. My apologies. But I have no idea what these are about, but they've been raved about so much, and some people say that these are their like favourite ever books, and I've never read a really bad Hugo book before, but I own so many of her books, but I've just never read them. So I am really excited to get to these, and these are going to be a priority of mine this year. And then we have, which I'm so excited for, which you can already see there, we've got a reread of ACOTAR. I was so excited. I'm going to be starting this very soon, but my issue is I love the series. As you know, I am an ACOTAR girly. Absolutely love ACOTAR. It's my all-time favourite series, with Crescent City being a close second. And I recently got a tattoo, which I'm going to show you guys, which I did film me actually getting the tattoo. It's on the back of my arm, and it says "To the stars who listen and the dreams that are answered." And then I also got a Crescent City tattoo which says "Light it up." That's just proof of how much I love this series. But I'm going to be doing a rereads because I love it so much, and I didn't tab it the first time round, and I really want to tab the absolute living daylight and annotate the absolute living daylight out of these books, because I love the series so much, and I want to be able to go back and flick through my favourite pages and like see where I've annotated. I think I want to do like a yearly reread of these books, but I am going to be filming a video on these. I'm going to be doing a whole reading vlog over all 5 books of me annotating, rereading, and I'm going to be doing like, it's going to be full of spoilers, because I want to be able to just sit down and like chat to you guys as if like we're just friends talking about our favourite series. So there probably are going to be spoilers in there, but I feel like the majority of people have read ACOTAR by now. Like, come on. But yeah, I'm really excited to read the rest of these. Now let's try and move on to this very tall stack of books. So these first 2 books are by Lexi Ryan. It's, I don't know what the duology is called, but it's these Hollow Vows and these Twisted Bonds. Now these were meant to be read last month in my July TBR, but I never got round to it. But I do really want to read these because it sounds amazing. Like, they honestly sound so good. It's to do with Fae, and the female main character is called Bree. I think Bree's sister has been like kidnapped, and there's been kidnapped by the Fae. She goes undercover as like a bride to the Seelie Prince Ronan, but the prince isn't as wicked as she thought that he was, so you can kind of see like where it goes there. I can't wait to read this. I know for a fact I'm going to absolutely love this, and I just love a good duology. Like, even though I absolutely love being engrossed in like a 5+ book series and just like falling in love with the world and the characters, sometimes just an easy duology is all you need. Like a duology or a trilogy, like the Shepherd King duology, absolutely loved that. I ate that shit up. So I feel like I'm gonna be the exact same with these. I think this is the first one, these Hollow Vows, and then it's these Twisted Bonds as the second one. Next up, which is on my August TBR, which I am really excited to read, it's the Book of Azel by Amber V. Nicole. This is the first one in the Gods and Monsters series, and there are 2 other books and a 4th one coming out. The second one, which I don't own, these are the 2 books. The second one is The Throne of the Broken Gods, and the 3rd one is The Dawn of the Cursed Queen. Now, I have no idea what this is about. I feel like I say that about all these books, but it's because I like to win the books surprise. But I know it's obviously a romantasy, there's a romance element to it, and I think there's something to do with like there's been a god's war and they have to save the realm or something like that. And anything to do with like saving the realm and saving the continent and saving the world, I just love it. Like saving them from some bad wicked king, and there's like a rebel group and things like that. I love anything like that. That might not even be this, but I absolutely love stuff like that, and I am really excited to get to this. If I really enjoyed this book, then I am going to buy the other 2 books. I think they're also kind of limited as well, so if I do really enjoy this, and I can go straight in with the other 2 straight off the bat without having to buy them. But this is in my August TBR. I'm going to be doing a whole video where I read every single book on my August TBR, and I've got so many amazing books. Like the majority of these in here are also on my August TBR, so expect to see a few of these in reading vlogs. Also on my August TBR is Ruthless Vows. I did a reading vlog where I read really popular books, and I read Divine Rivals, and I absolutely adored that book. It was so cute. But I've been really putting off Ruthless Vows because I've heard such mixed opinions about it, and I don't know what to expect. It's on my August TBR. I'm going to be reading it soon. But the way that Ruthless Vows, no, Divine Rivals ended was a bit of a cliffhanger, but not so much that I really desperately needed to go in with Ruthless Vows. Sometimes I find you have a cliffhanger and you're like, oh my god, I need to know what happens next. I need that next book ASAP. But it wasn't like a major cliffhanger. It was just sort of like, okay, so I don't know what to expect for this book. A lot of people were disappointed by this book. They were expecting so much more. But I think that Divine Rivals was so good, and you had that Why is my alarm going off? And you had that sort of like romance element. I don't know, I feel like that you don't get that much of a romance element in this. I feel like it's more of a hunt for someone. If you've read Divine Rivals, then you know what I'm on about, and I don't want to say anything because I don't want to spoil it for you guys. I'm gonna go into this with an open mind. We're just gonna see how I feel. Next up we have Lilac and Nightbane. Now I feel like I'm the only person that hasn't read these. Everyone that has read these has loved it. Like, I haven't seen anyone say a bad thing about these, and this is her debut book, like it's her debut series, and there's a third one coming out soon, not sure when, but it really annoys me that I have the paperback and then the hardback. It's really annoying, but when this came out, it only came out in hardback, so I had to get the hardback. Every 100 years the island of Lilac appears for only 100 days to host a deadly game where the rulers of the 6 realms fight to break their curses and win unparalleled power. Each ruler has something to hide. Each curse is uniquely wicked. To break them and save themselves and their realms, one ruler must die. To survive, Isla Crown must lie, cheat, betray, even as love complicates everything. So this sounds right up my street. Like, it honestly sounds like I'm going to love this book, and I just don't know why I haven't read it sooner, because my friend Danny read it and she absolutely loved it. So I feel like I am going to love it, and I know I will. Then I recently picked these up in a recent haul I did for my birthday. I had them from Vinted, and I haven't seen anyone speak about these. I don't know what the series is called. I think it might just be called the Ash Princess series, but it's by Laura Sebastian. It's the Ash Princess, Ember Queen, and then Lady Smoke. I've heard when I searched these up, because I didn't, as I said, I haven't heard anyone speak about these, but when I searched them up, it said that it gives off Throne of Glass vibes. I didn't love Throne of Glass, but I loved the premise of Throne of Glass, but I just didn't connect with the characters because I feel like it was such a long series, and I feel like it could have been condensed down quite a bit. So I feel like, because these are only 3 books, I feel like it's going to be Throne of Glass but condensed down, and I'm here for it. I am really excited, and these covers are absolutely stunning. Like, honestly, they're so pretty. And then we've got the Boys Atonement series. I have every single book that is out so far. So we've got Binding 13, Keeping 13, Saving 6, Redeeming 6, and then Taming 7, which is the most recent one that's come out. I think the only reason why I've been putting off is because it's such a hyped up series, and then they are massive. Like, this is like 800 pages. It's almost 800 pages, this first book. But I feel left out. I have really big FOMO because I see so many people love this series. But then I did also see Ellen Catherine speak about it. She tried to read it in a reading vlog and she really didn't like it. So I'm a bit skeptical because I think there's a bit of a weird age gap. Not a weird age gap, but I thought that they were older. For some reason I thought they were sort of like in college, but they're not. They're sort of like in high school, in secondary school. They're 16 and 17, and I don't know, I just, as a 25-year-old, do I really want to, like, I don't understand how I can form these connections and read about these people doing bits when they're like literally under 18. But I do really want to get this series done and out the way. Next is Part of Your World by Abby Jimenez. Now, I've done this completely backwards, so I know part of the series is Part of Your World, Yours Truly, and then Just for the Summer. I went in with Yours Truly first, and then I've recently read Just for the Summer, and then I'm gonna go back and read Part of Your World because I've only just received this, but I didn't know that Yours Truly was part of a series. I just read it because I'd seen people rave about it, but then I seen that it was part of a series and you had to read this first, and after reading Just for the Summer, I kind of know some like spoilers for this, but I'm still excited to read it. It's gonna be like a quick and easy read. I love Abby Jimenez. Like, honestly, I would read her shop in this. I love it so much. Just everything about Abby Jimenez's writing and the way she speaks about really traumatic topics and like mental health, and she just probably gets into them. Like, she doesn't just brush them over. Like, we see these characters develop from like page 1, and I love it so much. And especially Yours Truly. I related so much to Jacob in Yours Truly. Oh, that man. He needs to be protected at all costs. But Part of Your World, I'm really excited for. And then this is the Fairy Loot edition, but this is When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I'm really excited to read this. I do have the normal copy, but it's in my car and it was raining earlier, so I didn't want to go out and grab it. I'm really excited to read this. This is also on my TBR for August, so you'll be expecting to see this in a reading vlog, but I have no idea what this is about. I don't want to know what it's about. All I know is that it's really popular right now, and I think it's going to be like the top fantasy read of the year. Like, the way The Fourth Wing came out of nowhere and everybody was obsessed, honest, this is the fourth wing of 2024. Like, facts. And it's got all dragons in it. I feel like everybody just loves dragons, and anything with dragons I'm going to love. So really excited for this. But look how stunning this cover is. I love it so much. Like, it's my prized possession, and I've never even read the book before. On to our last stack. We've got the Poppy War trilogy here by R.F. Kuang. Now we've got Poppy War, the Dragon Republic, and then the Burning Gods, or the Burning God. I feel like I know that I'm going to love this because it's something to do with a school for talented students to go where they like learn how to like do something. Yeah, so they have like powers, and they go to these schools to like hone their powers and to master their powers, and anything like that I absolutely love. And again, like I mentioned, I've been loving trilogies and duologies, and this is meant to be a really high stakes like epic fantasy, and I'm here for it. I love it. I think it's more of like a historical fantasy. It's like a Chinese historical fantasy, and I cannot wait for this because I know so many people love this. And my friend Danny again read it and she absolutely loved it, and she's been begging me to read it. So I am going to be reading it towards the end of this year, hopefully. It will get done at some point. And then we've got The Crimson Moth, or if you're from America, I think it's called The Heartless Hunter. Now this came out earlier in the year. I think it came out in February this year, but it's about a witch and a witch hunter. Like, the female main character is a witch, obviously, and then the witch hunter is the male main character. And doesn't that just sound amazing? A witch and a witch hunter. I love that. But there's a second book coming out either later this year or early next year. I think it might be next year. I've seen some mixed reviews about this. I've seen more good than I have bad. It's still mixed reviews, but I just want to form my own opinion. I can't wait to read this. Like, this was in my top 10 books that I was most excited, like my highly anticipated releases for this year, because I seen it on Amazon. It came up and I read it and I was like, oh my god, that sounds so good. And then it came out in February and I've just never gotten around to read it, but I know I'm gonna love it. And it's not even that long. It's like 300 and something pages. It's like 400 pages. It's not even that long. It's not as if it's gonna be this really in-depth fantasy world that I'm gonna need like 10 working days to get my head around. Like, it's gonna be like a simple fantasy, but like I said, I've got so many witch books on my shelf that I just haven't got around to reading, and I don't know why I keep on putting off witch books. But I really want to read this before the second one comes out. Well, I really want to read this by the end of 2024. Oh my god. And then we've got a Kerry Maniscalco stack of books here. We've got Kingdom of the Wicked trilogy, which is Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Feared, and then Kingdom of the Cursed. Now, I have no idea why I haven't read these yet, because I feel like I am the only person on this earth that hasn't read these. I feel like everybody and their mother has read this book and this series. They say you have to read, they don't say you have to, but they say you should read this trilogy before you read Throne of the Fallen, because I think that this follows like the brother of someone from here. I have no idea. Or it's like some sort of crossover, like a multiverse kind of situation. I'm just throwing out ideas right now because I have no idea. But the second book of Throne of the Fallen is coming out late this year, so I do want to get these done before I can jump into this, because I feel like everybody loves this. Like, everybody I speak to is either rated it like a 4 or 5 star. Like, it's really highly rated, and I have no idea what they're about. I thought that this for some reason was to do with like pirates or something. I think it's because of like, it just gives off like pirate vibes. Like, you cannot tell me that this doesn't give off pirate vibes, but it's not. It's something to do with like vengeance of like her dead twin. Like, she uses dark magic and against like, I think it's like something to do with like the princes of hell or something. I have no idea. I'm guessing again, but it sounds really good, and I don't know why I thought it was about pirates. It just gives off pirate vibes, and you can't tell me it doesn't. And then lastly, which shouldn't be a shock to you guys, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to pick these up. Oh my god. But we have, oh my god, these are so heavy, the rest of the Zodiac Academy books. But I'm currently reading book number 5, which is Cursed Fates, and I'm like maybe like 100 pages into it. I'm not even that much into it, but I'm loving this series so far. Like, there's been a few times I've mentioned it in recent videos and I can't get enough of it. Imagine Harry Potter but like adult with elemental magic. That's all I'll say. It's perfect. Spicy. We love it so much. But then after I finish this, I've also got book 6, 7, 8, 8.5 and then 9. So book 6 is Fated Throne. Book 7 7 is Heartless Sky, and then book 8 and 8.5 is Sorrow and Starlight, and then Beyond the Veil. But these should be tandem read, apparently, because they happen in the same sort of like parallel. Now this is like, it's meant to be a novella, but it's still like 300 pages. It's still the same size as a book, but they say to tandem read these, and they say you have to read 8.5. Do not skip 8.5 because there's like some really important information for book 9, which is Restless Stars, and this is the final book in the series. I'm so sad. I'm going to be really sad when I get to this, but I'm really excited, and I'm excited to do a tandem read because I got halfway through the tandem read in Throne of Glass and I DNF'd it. So I'm excited to be able to do a tandem read because I've never done a full tandem read, so I am excited to do these. But there's a whole, I might leave the link down below, but there's a whole, I think I've seen it on Reddit, or I don't know, I'll leave it all linked down below, but there's a whole guide on how to do the tandem read for these. So I'll leave that down below for you if you are going to be reading these and you want to do a tandem read of them as well. But they say you don't have to, like obviously you never have to do a tandem read, but because they happen in the same timeline, you're kind of going to be repeating yourself when you get to 8.5, so you may as well do the tandem read. And I'm going to be really sad when this series ends, but the Twisted Sisters have so many other books that I'm never going to run out, I feel like. So those were all the books that I'm going to read by 2024, well the end of 2024. And let me know in the comments down below if you've read any of them and which ones are your favourite and your thoughts on them. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and do all the other YouTubey stuff that I always ask you to do, like give it a like and click the bell and all the other jazz. And with all that done and said, I'll see you guys next time. Bye!